Okay, so I got that nail set. So I thought we would just cut through all the BS, and I'm gonna shoot this nail with it level, and then we're gonna stake it out with a tilt, because all this fancy shooting, building corners and everything else doesn't do you any good if that's not right in the tilt, right? I haven't seen that yet. So I've tested it and I can tell you it works, but I want to prove it to you. So let's do this. I'm going to get this thing set, and I'm going to shoot it in a topo mode in the tilt. So I'm going to stake it out. So I'm going to shoot it in topo mode right now, so that the two are the same, right? So let's call this 1000 for a point number, and everything looks pretty good. Measure. Now I've got my base set up over here behind us, and I'm working off of a radio, so and a base station on site. This is not coming off the network, because the network can be like up and down, right? So I didn't want to do that. So let's get rid of the sunglasses, since they are trying to come apart on me here. Isn't that nice? So just shot it as point number 1000. Okay. So let's try a couple different things. One, let's do this. Let me shoot it again in topo, just so we can do apples to apples. I'm gonna call it 1000 again. Okay, so point number already exists. Yep, I already know that. So let's tilt this thing over, and let's hit measure. Okay, so I tilted it over, store it. Looks like horizontal distance was 400s, vertical distance was 200s. It's not bad. Let's say store note. Set. Let's do it again. Whoops. Let's get point numbers in here, right? 1000. Okay. Lean it more your way. Let's see what this looks like. I'm going to hit measure. Okay. So let's see what that looks like.
Out of tolerance.
500s by 200s. I always tell everybody with GPS, I can get 300s repeatability. So I think that's pretty, of course, actually I'm on the edge of the nail, so the center of the nail, that just cost me 100th right there. Let's try this now. Let's go back up. I'm gonna shoot it again. We'll get it back up straight. Same spot, if I can get it in the circle. There we go. I'm gonna say store another. So let's do 1000. Yep. Store.
Out of tolerance.
Okay, there again, horizontal distance 200s, vertical distance 300s. I don't know how you could expect more, right? So let's go ahead and let's average that. Let's see here, average. So as we can see here on the data collector, I am 8 thousandths north, 6 thousandths east, and 8 thousandths for elevation. Store. Okay, so now then let's stake out point number 1000. Points. 1000, enter, stake out. Okay, this time I'm gonna lean it just a little bit more this way. Okay. It's telling me it's pretty much spot on, but we're gonna hit measure. Okay. So let's look at it. Store. Stake delta is 200s to the north, 300s to the east, fill of 500s. Okay, so we're standing out here in the wide open, and we've shot this thing several times, and I think it works. So now I'm gonna go to a spot where there's a pin on the other side of the fence, and we're gonna reach through that fence and we're gonna do the same thing, because it's great out here in the open, but these R12s smoke, right? So if you've used these R12s in at all, you know how well they work in the trees. So let's go do that. I think I'll take the four-wheeler. As surveyors, we know how difficult it is to shoot that pin on the other side of the fence because it doesn't make any difference where you're at or what you're doing. That pin is never on the same side of the fence as you are. You know that as well as I do. So we've got this tree row down through here. I thought this was a really good example of everyday surveying, right? So we've got this tree row, this barbed wire fence. So how do I get over and shoot it? Well, I've either got to climb over the barbed wire, got to hang onto the tree, got to go find a gate. Somehow or another, I got to get over the fence. How annoying is that, right? So today I'm going to show you how the R12 already works very well. I'm in a survey grade. I've got the green check mark right now. I'm standing right underneath the middle of these trees. These things are phenomenal. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to use the IMU to shoot this pin without having to get over that fence, right? So let's see what we can do. Now then, what they say, and yes, I went out of survey grade. Now what they say is to take and go ahead and hit measure so you can get ProPoint to work. Now another thing I would recommend is getting the receiver, if you can, above your head so you're not blocking satellites. So right now I've got 22 satellites and looks like it's fixing to pop. A few more seconds, I should get it. The 24 satellites standing underneath these trees. Okay, so we got that shot. Now, let's go stake it out and let's see what we get. So far I've been pretty impressed with these R12s, and this R12i with this tilt on here. Man, with the R10, I really couldn't think of a good reason to use it, right? Because you had to be out in the open for it to work. The chances of you being in a situation where you needed to tilt it, it's pretty slim in my opinion. There's a few things I could think of, like the first video, right? Shooting the edge of the road. So let's see how well this works. I'm not gonna, normally on a pin like this, I would dump it and shoot it again. They say ProPoint and TIP technology. Sounds like I may not have to do that. I don't know. Let's go here and shoot this next one, see what it looks like. Okay, so we're on the other side of the fence now, and I'm going to stake this point out, and we're going to see how well we hit it. So let me get up on the point. Let me go to stake out. Points 33, stake out. Okay, one of the things I do want to mention, if you'll notice, I'm using the TDC 600 for this. This thing's pretty cool. I can stick it in my back pocket. So, and I'm not carrying a bipod, and I probably should. I'm going to say measure. Let me get this thing up and level. Measure. Okay, when I store it, it says north 1300ths, east is almost, it's 4000ths, and my fill is 200ths. You know, that's one of the things I noticed about ProPoint, is that your vertical is better in situations like this. 200ths. I've shot this thing several times, just, you know, kind of before I started this video, and I can tell you 2 to 300ths is what I've seen every time on this thing. Easting is spot on. My easting is 4000. So, pretty amazing if you ask me. And man, if I was surveying, especially rural like this, and I could hit it within 1400ths, I believe I'd call it good. Didn't have to bring a robot, didn't have to cut any brush. I'm standing underneath these trees. I mean, truly amazing that this thing works as well as it does. But anyways, guys, TDC 600, R12i, just kind of my little review showing you guys how well this thing works. So I hope this helps you guys. So Man, let's go back to the office.
Observation score.
So, we all know how dangerous it is whenever you're trying to shoot the stripe on the road when you got vehicles coming, right? So the nice thing about this is that I don't have to worry about vehicles coming by and getting this shot, because as you can see, I got the shot. Now the question is, how accurate is it, right? So let's look. So that was point number 1033. I've never moved the pole. Let's go into, go into stakeout points. 1032 would have been the one we staked out, right? Did I get that right? Yeah, okay. 1032, so if I get this thing up and get it pretty level, you can see I'm basically within a few hundredths, depending on how level I have it, of that point, right? So we'll test the accuracies on some control points and stuff like that a little bit later. But I just wanted to show you guys the safety aspect of using the R12i in that kind of format. So off to the next one. Got a couple more things we're going to test out.